Hi, good morning, you guys. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I am Liv Harrison. This is Live Every Day. You are on Backchannel. So if you're on a Alexa device, Echo Dot, maybe the Echo Show, YouTube, Twitter, there's 5 places that I know of that you can listen to all this new programming that's going on Backchannel. So if you are on a device that you can only listen through, then you're gonna have to go to backchannel.tv to chat. And that means like you can type. I will be able to read it and talk to you in actual real life, real time. If you have an Echo Show, you can speak to your device. The magic word is say, and then I'll be able to hear you. Well, not hear you, but the device will write it for you. If you're on YouTube, the chat is on the side, and Twitter, I don't know. But here's the thing. Welcome to Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. I think Christmas is next week. I feel like it is. What the what? That's what today is. What the what Wednesday. Hello, Dash. Good morning. Hi. So glad that you're listening. So on What the What Wednesday, we talk about all the things that's going on, and we're like, what? What are you talking about? Here's something a little crazy. This is my last few moments in New York City. I'm going to get on a plane after this and fly to Ohio. Last night, I've been talking about what I'm doing in New York. Last night I went and I saw a friend for dinner, and I went and I saw the musical Company. It's written by Stephen Sondheim, who just passed away, 91 years old. And it's about marriage. The whole show is about marriage. So I went with my cousin, and then we went out with a friend, one of her friends, afterwards for drinks and like late bites. What else are you supposed to do? We're driving back. I went and we dropped him off. He lives in Queens, and we're on the Upper West Side. I'm driving back, and an actual rat ran across the street. Now, listen, I've been in New York a lot of times, a lot. I've never seen a live rat. Like, you hear about it, you hear about live rats living in New York, that they're in this, like they're in the subways, that they're, all along streets or like on the sidewalks. I've never seen one. And it's like, oh, yeah, yeah, New York, it's full of rats. Literally runs across the street. And I went crazy. But can I tell you, it wasn't because I was like grossed out. I was so excited. Anna says, I'm literally Giselle. We didn't sing. I would have. But I was so excited. The other thing that happened is that I almost got in a car accident yesterday. And this is kind of funny. I haven't told anyone this story yet. I love driving in New York. I love having my own car. I love the control. I love everything about it. Nathan's here. Oh, hello. Good morning, Nathan. I am having a good morning. Good morning, Morgan. Hi. So I'm in my rental car. I'm in a parking garage in New York City. I'm in the Times Square area because I'm going to Carmine's for dinner because I have to go to the show quickly after, which is the Bernard Jacobs show theater. So I park in a garage. I know the garage. I've been there. I was there last weekend. And the guy is really impatient. He's like, let's go, let's go. I'm very New Yorker. You know what I mean? Like very New Yorky. So I'm like, oh, okay. He's trying to park the car, whatever. And I roll down the window and I make sure my keys are there and I have everything ready. And I'm like grabbing my bag and I start getting out of the car, and the car starts rolling away, rolling away. And I am panicking. It's a rental. I'm in a parking garage filled with New Yorkers. I'm always in by people, but I was in front of like all this metal stuff, and I was like, and I just like, good morning, April. Hi. And I was panicking. I was like, what do I do? And I couldn't. I looked at the pedals on the car, like at the foot pedals, and I was like, oh my, like I could not think fast enough of which one was the like gas and which one was the brakes. I took a guess. I didn't know. I took a guess and I hit it, and it was the brakes. And when I say, I'm not kidding, that I came like micro inches, what is centimeters of hitting this parking garage in New York City, I am not exaggerating. True story. The guy starts laughing. Millimeters. Okay. Millimeters, Anna says. The guy starts laughing. I'm laughing. I'm trying to play it off. Inside, I'm dying because I'm thinking, how much is this going to cost? What do I do? It's not my car. And I didn't get damage or whatever. Like, I got like the lowest coverage you could get. But I stopped the car. And then I kind of felt like an Avenger. I was kind of like, listen, I'm a New Yorker now. I know how to do this. I hop out of moving cars and I stop them. I hop back into moving cars and I stop them. It was incredible. Anyway, so that's how my Tuesday went. How is everyone doing? I would love to know, what are you drinking this morning? How are you getting through? I, funny enough, bought a bottle of water. I don't know where, probably April, probably in Connecticut because April's in Connecticut. And it's called Living Water, which is what I will be doing today with this water bottle. So cheers. Good morning, everyone, to Live Every Day. So on this fine Wednesday, we call this What the What Wednesday. That's what we're doing today. What the what? Like, what in the world is going on? You know what I mean? So we like to kind of focus on things and take a moment and pause and realize that there's some pretty crazy stuff out there. So if you have anything that's going on in your life that just kind of makes you pause and say, what the actual what? Then I want to hear it. Okay. Now here's another, I'm going to tell you one more funny story before I go to the next real thing that we're going to talk about. Last night, I'm with a friend who I met 10 minutes in September. It's true. And we hit it off. And I find out he's in the city and I'm in the city. And he's on vacation with his aunt, which I find out it's not his blood aunt. She's married to his uncle. And they love to travel together. And I was like, this is fascinating. This is their third trip together, just the two of them. Nephew and an aunt, and they were lovely. So anyway, we're at this restaurant. It's very famous, Carmine's. It's right there in Times Square. It's Italian. It is family style. I mean, every single plate was ginormous, like just filled with food. It was just crazy. You know, whatever. But I'm from Texas. They kind of do that too. But this was insane. So I'm sitting here. My friends have to go to a show. They're going to see Wicked on Broadway. Okay, fine. Most shows that I know of start at 8 o'clock at night, but they had a 7 o'clock curtain call. Good morning, April. Hi. So glad you're here, friend. So yeah, so I'm like, oh yeah, you guys got to go because we got like an early reservation, 4:45. I was late because I had so much traffic coming into the city. So we're having a great time and they have to leave. They have to be in line at 6:30 because here in New York, they're taking, all the things very seriously. So they have like a vaccine card line. They have like a masking card line. They have like, you have to go through security. Like you need 45 minutes before you enter a building, especially if you're going to like a show for real. I'm not kidding. So they actually were assigned a time. So they're assigned a time of 6:30 to go and to stand in line to do all the things. So they do. And I'm like, okay, well, you guys have fun, have a great time doing all the things. Thanks for meeting up. And I'm like, I'm going to stay and have coffee and I'm going to get some dessert. It's my last night in the city. So I do that. And I start making friends with everybody around me. Like, I'm not kidding. Like to the point where the table next to me actually stood up and moved their table to sit closer to me. And I gave half my cheesecake to the lovely ladies to my left. It was great. We had a great time. I passed on my card. We all became friends. And then I got a text at 7:02. And it's from my cousin. And it's in all caps going, where are you? And I was like, I'm in Carmine's having cheesecake and coffee and making new friends. And she was like, the show starts. Like, get over here. And I was like, what do you mean? We have an 8 o'clock. The show's at 8. And she's like, the show's at 7. It's 7. I'm in line. Where are you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, what do you mean? So like I went from like really, really cocky to like, nope, this isn't happening. I was like, oh my gosh, so I'm finding the guy. I'm trying to pay the bill. I'm, whatever, saying goodbye to the friends. And I'm like trying to keep it together. And then I realized I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know. She bought the tickets. My cousin bought the tickets. I don't have my ticket. I don't know where it is. I don't know what theater. There's like a million theaters. It's New York City. And I panic. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So I start texting her. I'm like, what theater are we going to? Da, 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 da. She's like, I'm through the vaccine line. Where are you? I'm like, what theater? Like, it was just like so dramatic. And then she's like, I sent you the tickets. And I'm like, where are they? And I go to my email and there they are. And it was the Bernard Jacobs Theater. And I made it. Now, this is what's crazy. I made it. I get in line at 7:08, which is pretty incredible that in 3 minutes I got from my restaurant to the theater, right? Because by the time that I figured out and paid the ticket and all the things, it took me 3 minutes to go from the theater. I mean, from the restaurant to the theater. And I actually went the wrong way the first time. Yeah, Barbara Jean beat me. Oh, good, April. I am so glad that you're well. Yes, and good morning to you. So I am like, there's still a line. And I said to the guy, I can't be the last one. Am I the last one? It's like a guy who holds a stick. And he was like, no, 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 no. You're not going to be the last one. I was the last one to a Broadway show, the last one. But here's where it gets incredible. This is where it gets incredible. I go in, I sit down, I get my comfy seat. I apologize to everybody, although nothing had started yet. I wasn't like that big of a jerk, but I'm still like, people are getting up and letting me move in, and I sit down and hello, running. Good morning. I sit down and they come on and they say all these announcements like they always do and all this kind of stuff. Watch the show. First of all, the show was phenomenal. Like absolutely blow your face off. So good. There's a really famous Broadway star, and she was in a show back in the 80s called Life Goes On. Her name is Patti LuPone. She's a legend. She's a Broadway legend. And she wasn't the star of it. She was like, she reprised her role that she has played before, Joanne. When I say Patti LuPone crushed it, like my voice is sore this morning. This is the fourth show I've seen in New York City since I've been here. My voice is sore because I was screaming so loudly for that woman. There was a point in the show where she does a solo. It blew our faces off. Like, it's one thing to be really, really good. It's one thing to actually live up to you being a legend. And that's what Patti LuPone did last night. Like, she lived up to the hype. So, I'm like, okay, I have to stand up. I stand up and I start cheering like I'm at the Super Bowl and my team just won. Like, I am screaming, losing my mind. Everyone's standing up. I don't know if I've ever seen a standing ovation. I'm trying to think during a show. Anna might have, but this is during the show. Like, we had to stop the show a good 2 minutes at least. We were cheering so long, so hard, standing up. It was incredible. So that was awesome. And what they've done with Company is really cool. The lead was a male. It was a male role, like forever. And they changed it to a female who I've actually seen on Broadway before. And it was she was great. But Patti LuPone stole the show. Okay. Good morning, Stacy. Hi, friend. Can't wait to hear what you're having for breakfast. Running, Stacy, April. Guys, let me know. What are you doing? Let me know if you're working, if you're drinking, if you're eating. What are you doing? So here's the thing. We go out with a friend. My cousin knew two people in the show. She knew the sound engineer, like the sound director who was in the back doing all the things with all the buttons. And then she knows a guy. Oh, the only thing that can make me stop in the middle of the story is Stacy's having pancakes for breakfast. I love when you have pancakes, Stacy. It just makes my day. My cousin knew the bass player in the band, 14-piece orchestra, and they were hovered in the air. They were on a platform in the air. So she knows the bass player, and the three of us went out. The sound guy was going to also, but he decided to go home. He thought he had more time than he did, but whatever. So the three of us go this is where it gets crazy. So we're learning all this stuff about the show, and he's filling us in on all these things. And he was like, yeah, so how are y'all about the show starting late tonight? And we were like, it started late? And he was like, yeah, we didn't start till 7:15. And I was like, yeah, that was great. I was the last person in the theater. And he goes, oh, you lucked out. He goes, we start this show 7 on the dot. Like, we don't have time. We have to start it. We can't be late. it's a long show. And I was like, is it really a long show? It didn't seem long. And so he said, yeah, we started 15 minutes late and we did it on purpose because we were waiting for our COVID results to come back to see if any of us were positive, and it was taking so long. So the show started late tonight. You guys, is that incredible? I was like, what the what? It was so awesome. I was like, yes, that is great. Oh, April had Fruity Pebbles. Can I tell you something, April? I've never had Fruity Pebbles in my life. I have had Fruit Loops, like when Sissy has Fruit Loops, but I've never had Fruity Pebbles ever. Are they delicious? They always looked incredible to me. You guys, I love it. I'm hoping to get one last bagel before I leave the city and go to Ohio, where apparently I'm going to have some bagels. We'll see if Anna can live up to the hype. So, got to see company. I was saved by COVID, which I think is a what the what. Oh, okay. Anna wants me to bring a bagel from New York to Ohio and we'll do a taste test. That would be fun. Hello, Mason. Good morning. So glad you're here. Hi. So, you guys, we like to celebrate every day here. It's live every day, as in you got one life, you got one day. Hi, Sarah. Hello. So, live it up. Like, do the things. Don't wait if you can, make it the best that you can. Celebrate the day. This is the only December 15th, 2021 that you're ever going to have. That's true. This is it. This is the one. So, how are we celebrating today? Well, first of all, and I know she's not on, but if she does come on, I'll say it again. Today is my mother-in-law's birthday. So, happy birthday, Kathy, in case she sees this. Stacy has a nurse by the name of Sarah. Sarah. That's nice. So what is today, you ask? Good morning, Lee. Hi. Where in Texas are you from, Lee? Look at all my Texas friends. I'm from Texas, although I'm not there right now. Okay, today is National Wear Your Pearls Day. As a Southerner, I kind of love that. People think that ladies in the South wear pearls. These are very tiny. They're not real, but they are pearl. Look at that. I didn't even know. That's crazy. It is National Cupcake Day. What? All right, listen. The one thing that I've wanted since, and I don't know why, all of a sudden this trip, I come to New York often. Not to brag, it's for work. So I'm just saying. And I've always wanted to get a cupcake at the Magnolia Bakery. And here's the thing. I love these cupcakes called Melissa's. I've sent them to Anna. I've sent them to my house. They're from New York. They're fantastic. But I always have wanted to try Magnolia. Like everybody talks about it. I've gone around and twice now I've seen no one in Magnolia. And then like 5 minutes later, there's a line wrapped around the building. And I'm like, dang it, I should have walked in. I should have gotten one. You know what I mean? I have not seen a Melissa's once. So no cupcakes for me. All right, National Cat Herders Day. So here's my question. Are there actual cat herders, you guys? Is that real? Is that a real thing? Like you meet somebody and you say, hi, what do you do for a living? They're like, oh, hi, I'm a cat herder. What the what? Okay. Oh, this part is what I'm going to read to everybody. It's about Cat Herders Day. Even though Cat Herders Day sounds like a day on which people are expected to corral all of their furry feline friends, the purpose of this holiday is to actually celebrate the people who are experts in handling near impossible jobs. That's interesting. Okay, so let me ask everybody this. And good morning, T. Hi. Here's the question I would love to have answered. So go to backchannel.tv and type it in, or speak to your Echo Show device. Okay, the magic word is say. Or if you're on YouTube or whatever, you can type it in there. Here's the question. Are you ready? What do you consider a near impossible job? Anybody have ideas? Near impossible job. What in the world would that entail? Whatever you think it is, type it in, say it to your device. Let me know. What would be near impossible for you? I'm trying to think. Okay, I'll think about it. Let's see. It comes from the idiom quote, like herding cats, or a task that has a lot of moving parts and requires someone who can manage the chaos. Maybe that's a person in your life, or maybe that's you. Regardless, December 15th is a great day to celebrate the people who can handle difficult jobs. Every day, we hear a variety of different idioms. These idioms include beating around the bush, by the skin of your teeth, don't judge a book by its cover. No idiom is as interesting as it's like herding cats. However, this one seems to hold a special place in many people's hearts. So we decided if we were going to find the origin of the saying, what we discovered is that this idiom isn't as old as we thought it would be. In fact, its introduction into the English language is actually very recent. According to our research, whoever R is, I don't know who these people are, but whoever these people are, the origin of the idiom goes back to the 1979 British comedy Monty Python's Life of Brian. A few years after this idiom was mentioned in the movie, Ruth and Thomas Roy from wellcat.com created Cat Herders Day. It's been a holiday ever since. That's fascinating. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what we're saying. Okay. Stacy says it's National Work Polls Day. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say that on the air, Stacey, but thank you. That's very interesting. And Stacey, being a doctor could be a near impossible task. I think that's very true. I would think like being an ER doctor, you know what I mean? Like that would be near impossible. Anna is saying keeping a toddler alive, baby proofing everything is near impossible. Cleaning the toilet with a toothbrush, April, you're right. Which don't they make people do that like in the military? Yeah, that would be near impossible. Kindergarten teacher, here's a little fun fact. I was a kindergarten teacher. I not only was a kindergarten teacher, I've been a pre-K 4 teacher. Like for pre-K, the kids are 4 years old, in first grade. But I didn't feel like hurting cats, actually. I would have to say, I would have to say adults are a lot harder than little kids. Shocking. What the what? But for real, I was a professional photographer for a while. No, I didn't have. Anna's saying I had incredibly well behaved students. I didn't. I was actually their third kindergarten teacher by October 2nd or October 4th. They had gone through two other kindergarten teachers. They didn't get pregnant, have a baby, or move. They left. When I got this class, I had 28 students. The majority of them only spoke Spanish. It was a Title I school. I had parents. I was 22 years old, and I turned 23. I had parents that were 21 years old with a 6-year-old in my class. So the community was, we had to do a lot of crazy things to help this community in a good way. But it was by no means. So we spent 3 months just learning how to walk in a line. When I got them, they were eating on the floor underneath the table in the cafeteria. So we worked on that we sit at the table. And that's what we do. So I did not teach anything academic, anything at all, until the second half of that year. And that was my first year teaching. But they had driven off 2 other teachers. Anyway, but that did not feel like hurting cats. I'm going to say when I was a professional photographer, getting people, adults, out of their comfort zone, that was always the hardest thing I think I've ever done. People just can't relax. They can't be silly. They can't take life, with a grain of salt. Kids are easy. You can make kids laugh. You can entertain kids. You can distract kids. But adults are difficult. So trying to get a good shot from an adult, that was hard. You know what I mean? Like that was like, God, could you just help me out? So when people wanted me to take pictures of their kids, I was always like, yes. But when it was like, can you do a family shoot or can you do a couple? I was like, oh, geez, this is gonna be so hard. Now, weddings and stuff like that, people are really casual and they're excited. But there you go. So happy National Cat Herders Day. And if anybody is doing an impossible job like cleaning a toilet today, we salute you. What I do think is interesting about the Wear Your Pearls Day is that there was a baseball player, and maybe Anna can look him up. I'm from Houston. We're the Astros. the Houston Astros baseball team. We were in the World Series. We played the Atlanta Braves, and there was a guy on the team, on the Atlanta Braves team, who wore a string of pearls as a player. Anna, can you pull up his picture or his name or both? And it became a thing. It became a thing. Everybody in the crowd started wearing pearls. And yeah, Jock Peterson wears pearl necklaces during the Braves game. It's a mystery for everyone. And it got this national attention. He got attention. Everybody started wearing pearls at the game, but then they would wear like Mardi Gras oversized huge pearls, like the crowd had like all this stuff and he wore them every time. I did read an article, and I don't know if this is true. I read an article that he says that he wanted to wear something. A lot of players wear like good luck charms or, chains or like gold, whatever they've had forever. A lot of people assumed, oh, these are his grandmother's pearls. He's wearing something that's like this family heirloom. He's in the World Series. You know what? You do you. You got to wear whatever you want to wear. You're in the World Series. All right, fine. Come to find out, what he says is he has a jeweler, which I don't know why people have like an actual jeweler. I don't know. I was like, he's like 20 something, but he has a jeweler. And he goes to his jeweler and he tells him, I want to wear something for the game. I'm in the World Series. And he's trying on different things. And he put on this pearl necklace, put on this like this random pearl necklace. And he was like, I'll take it. And that was why he started wearing a pearl necklace to the like World Series as an Atlanta. Listen, they won. The Braves won. Now, is that true? Is that why? And also, he was very surprised at the attention he got, which I was like, why would you be surprised? So here's a question I have for everybody. Since it's National Pearl Necklace Day, I would love to know your thoughts. Are pearl necklaces old-fashioned? Do you think that they're just for old ladies? A, yes, it's old-fashioned. B, no, it's a classic in a good way. Okay. A, yeah, they're old-fashioned, older. B, they're classic. Okay. I want to know your answer. So you can either type it into backchannel.tv. You can go to YouTube and write it on the chat. You can talk to your Echo Show device. Where do we fall on pearl necklaces? Stacy says she wears a pearl necklace and that it's classic and very interesting. And Anna says, let's see. Okay. Sometimes my chat gets stuck. I don't think it's for old ladies. It's more vintage, classic in a good way. I have my super fake pearl earrings. I wear every single day, matches everything. They do match everything. April, you wear pearl necklaces too. Do you also have earrings? On my wedding day, my husband gave me Mickey Moto pearl earrings. That was my wedding gift. Is that right? And I also have a string, like I have pearls like to wear on my neck. I'm trying to think of where they also came from my husband, but I was like, is it also the day we got married? Could have been. I'll ask him, he'll remember. But yeah, he gave me Mickey Moto pearls, which are apparently a big thing. I don't know if Mickey Moto is a thing or not. I mean, I do know, but I don't know if it's really that big of a deal. Stacy says, I have earrings, but I also don't like to wear them because they hurt my ears. Yeah, they can sometimes be heavy. I understand. Anna says, that's the dream, to go to a fancy gala and wear a gorgeous string of pearls. Well, I have 2 events in the spring, Anna. Maybe you'll be coming with me in April and in May. We'll have to get you a set of pearls. See if you come. So anyway, happy National Pearl Day, everybody. Don't know what to do about that, but I hope you're enjoying it. But eat a cupcake for me. Okay, so let's play a game called What Year? Anna's going to throw up some stuff for us. I'm going to read it to you what the game is, and we're going to guess the year. All of us. I have no idea. When we play games, she does not run it by me. I don't know any of the answers. If you've been on this show and watched it plenty or listened, you can tell that I have no idea. Like none. So April, Stacy, T, Sarah, Anna, and me, we're in the game. So I need your help. Okay, what year did these idioms originate? So remember, we read all about the idioms. So really, it's like cliches, kind of, right? I mean, it's a little bit more than a cliche, but it's like, these English idioms, things that you hear, like herding cats. What were some of the examples? Beating around the bush. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, so we're going to guess the year. Okay, so I'm going to read the definition. An idiom is a group of words established by usage of having a meaning not deductible from those of the individual words. Raining cats and dogs, see the light. So it's not like exactly what they're saying to do. Okay, so let's try. All right, Anna, we're ready. Year of this. Straight from the horse's mouth. What year is straight from the horse's mouth? Anna says, guess what century instead of the year. I don't know that many centuries. Okay, she says the 1900s, the 1800s, the 1700s, the 2000s, the what are we in now? That kind of stuff. Anybody have a guess? Straight from the horse's mouth. I feel like that's like super old. I feel like when did people have horses? You know what I mean? Stacey's saying the 1900s. April says the 1900s. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to say the 1500s. I'm going to say all they had were horses. That's my guess. I don't know. April and Stacey got it. Oh my gosh, 1900s. This one is said to come from the 1900s when buyers could determine a horse's age by examining its teeth. It's also why you shouldn't look a gift horse. You shouldn't, oh my goodness, you shouldn't look a gift house in the mouth. Wow, I really couldn't say that. As inspecting a gift is considered bad etiquette. Look a gift horse in the mouth. I can say that. Why am I being so that's bad. Okay. Oh, and Nathan was playing. I'm sorry, Nathan. I didn't know. He guessed the 1600s. April and Stacey, you guys got it. Way to go. You are crushing it. Let the cat out of the bag. Don't, I always heard, like, don't let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to tell you a secret, but do not let the cat out of the bag. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I totally let the cat out of the bag. You know what I mean? I feel like we hear that a lot from celebrities when they're in movies and they're like, oh yeah, my character dies in the first scene. Oh, I let the cat out of the bag. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm going to go 1700s. I feel like these are old. That's got to be older than the last one. Oh, good morning, Jan. Hi. Hello. We're playing a game. We're guessing the year. So if you'd like to play along, Jan, you're more than welcome. You can go to backchannel.tv and type in your answer. Stacey's guessing the 1800s. I'm guessing the 1700s. Nathan says the 1920s. Any other guesses? Let the cat out of the bag. What year did that originate? All right, Anna, give it to us. 1700s. Oh, me! I got it! Yes! Up to and including the 1700s, a common street fraud included replacing valuable pigs with less valuable cats and selling them in bags. When a cat was let out of the bag, the jig was up. This is fascinating. What the what? This is great. Way to go, Anna. And I'm enjoying the colors. I noticed the colors today, friend. Light pink, hot pink, orangey. You are crushing it. Okay, we're ready. It is on brand. You're on brand. Fly off the handle. You know what I think of this now when I hear fly off the handle? It's going to be a musical because what else do I talk about? And it's going to be Wicked. And it's going to be when Glinda says it to Elphaba. She's like, da, 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 you fly off the handle. Fly off the handle. I'm gonna, yeah, Glinda's British now. I don't know. Stacey's guessing the 1800s again. Eric Mills, hello. Good morning. I didn't know you were over here. I'm so sorry, friend. I will check my feed. Okay, so what is your guess, Eric? Nathan, what is your guess? Fly off the handle. I feel like that's like a 1950s reference. I don't know if that's even that old. I'm trying to think of like, when did people have handles? Am I wrong? Stacey's saying 1800s. April, do you have a guess? Jan, T, Eric, Nathan, anybody else? We've got 1800s, and I'm being sad. I'm just saying 1950s. Nathan says 1859. I love how you got really specific. Okay, Eric's saying 1800s. Anna, we're ready. 1800s. Oh my gosh, you guys all crushed me. Stacey, Eric, Nathan, you killed that. This one is said to come from poorly made axes of the 1800s that would literally detach from the handle. Okay, I am loving this game. This is fun. This is really fun. This is interesting because it's like, I love this. Oh, Compart, hello. Good morning. We're in the middle of a game, friend. Come join us. Okay, I'm ready for the next one. One more. This is it. This is it. Cost an arm and a leg. That's going to cost you. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg. What year was cost an arm and a leg? And you know what I think of this? I think of Shakespeare. Specifically, I think of Merchant of Venice when they want a pound of flesh. I don't know how well you guys know that play or that literature. No, that sounds so literature. So I'm going to say 1600s. I don't know if that's when Shakespeare was around. It sounds like okay. I don't know. And I feel like that, I mean, like that was the sentencing was that you were going to have to pay with a pound of flesh. So it cost our arm and a leg. Nathan goes with the 1500s. April, Jan, Compart, Stacy, Sarah. Any other guesses? Hi, Compart. Hi, good morning, Eric. Has to be a really old saying. I think so too. And here's what I want to know. Is this like biblical when they're like in the Bible, it says like, we're eye for an eye, is it tooth for tooth? Did I just make that up? So is this like biblical? I don't know. Stacy says 1600s. Eric says 1600s. All right, Anna, we're ready. We are ready to see what 1700s. Okay. The story goes that the phrase originated from the 18th century paintings as famous people like George Washington would have their portraits done without certain limbs showing. Having limbs showing is said to have cost more. That is fascinating. So you're telling me when you would get painted like George Washington and all those guys, and they're standing there for the portrait, they would move an arm and a leg because it cost more to paint. Whoa. What the what? I love that. That was great. Oh, Anna, I loved that. That was really fantastic. Oh. C is saying that the Hamburg's Code of Law is not the Bible. The eye for an eye. Yeah, okay, that's true. It isn't. But I meant like biblical times. I feel like that law, tooth for tooth. Is it tooth for tooth? I don't know what it is. Anyway, you guys. So welcome to What the Wet Wednesday, when we're going over the things kind of like that game where we're just kind of like, what? I did not know that. Like, that's crazy. And we also are celebrating the day. It's National Cupcake Day. So everyone go eat a cupcake. It's National Cat Herding Day, which actually is for people who do impossible jobs, which it is tooth for tooth. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate that. Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. So and it's also National Wear Your Pearls Day. National Wear Your Pearls Day. Okay, so you guys, a couple of weeks ago, this show is not that old. So remember last summer when we were all hanging out and I was talking about certain things? It does all come down in the Bible. That is true, Stacy. I was thinking of something else in the Bible where he says, if your eye is whatever, you should take out the other eye. I totally was doing all this wrong. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, I talked about a really cool hotel that is, I don't think it's open yet. Is it, Anna? Anna will have to let me know. And it's in Orlando summer 2022. Okay. Hello, Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy. So summer 2022, there's a great new hotel opening that is kind of getting some pretty bad press. Now, here's what's interesting. A lot of people have been waiting for this hotel. It is an experiential, is that right? And it's an experience. It is super expensive, crazy expensive. It's in Orlando. It's at Disney World. It's the Star Wars Hotel. Now, it is not open yet, but they just released these promos. They're releasing, how much it's going to cost. They're releasing like all the things, and people are not for it, which I am shocked, because I don't know if you've met a Star Wars fan or if you are a Star Wars fan. I'm a little nerdy. I'm kind of into it. I kind of want to pay the money to go. It sounds incredible. So here is the article. Why Disney's Star Wars Hotel may not actually happen. I didn't know Disney could be taken down by anybody. Okay, hold on. This is a what the what. I can't believe this. Because here's the thing. Seriously, I want to remind everybody. It was not that long ago I was reading an article about the hotel. And I just want to refresh everybody's memory, and maybe the article will as well, but I'm going to go through this anyway. It cost something like $6,000 for like 4 people. It's 2 days at the hotel. It does include your food, and you get like a character and costumes, and it's an experience. So we couldn't figure out, like, do you constantly have a ticket into the, Disney World parks? Do you just have a ticket into Disney Hollywood Studios? What is going on? And is it worth the money? And there were some extra things that you had to buy if you wanted to buy, like get different experiences, whatever. It's all apparently laid out, but it was supposed to be very different than anything else. So I cannot believe this might not happen, because people have been talking about this hotel. It's like been a rumor forever. You know what I mean? So the backlash might be stronger than the force. I can't believe Star Wars and Disney can't make this happen. Okay, let's dive into this, shall we? The first fully immersive Star Wars experience at Disney World, a themed hotel, was set to open in early spring of 2022. There was a lot of hype when the project was first announced. However, Disney's Star Wars hotel may not happen thanks to backlash. Hold on. We got to pause right here. Does everybody remember the conversation we had also a couple of weeks ago about the change.org petition about Will and Jada Smith? Somebody started a petition on change.org to stop interviewing Will and Jada Smith because they thought they were sharing too much about their marriage and their life, and people were like, we're done. Please stop. Just be a normal person. Do not interview these people at all. Hello, Michael. Good morning. And Stacy, have a wonderful rest of your day when you leave, friend. So here's what's interesting. I did not think the voice of the people could be that powerful with something that big. Like Will Smith, Jada Smith, they're huge. Is somebody really going to care on change.org? Can we really take down Disney and Star Wars? I find that fascinating. Okay. Hi, Peter. I'm not in Ohio yet. I fly out today. My flight from Newark is 2:45. I land in Ohio at 4:30. So not quite. Okay, so let's read the rest of this. Oh, okay. Anna might have to take it off. I'll read this, and then if you can get the video going, we think we can play videos now, you guys, while we're all together. So that's kind of fun. Okay, we're going to see if the sound works. So everybody let us know, okay? The Galactic Star Cruiser was promising to be life-changing, mind-blowing experience for guests. The hotel isn't like any other hotel at Disney. Although I got to say, I don't think this hotel sounds like any other hotel I've ever heard of. Like, it sounds insane. Okay, with more of a cruise feel, that's what I thought, guests would spend most of their time inside the hotel. But it wasn't just any old hotel. This would be transformed to make guests feel like they were part of the Star Wars universe, cosplayers and all. So a cosplayer is a costume player, right? Is that what that means? Is that like, I mean, but that's Disney. Everybody's in costume, right? Like that works there. Okay, whatever. Quote, Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is much more than a hotel. And the FAQ, right, the frequently asked questions on Disney site says, quote, Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is an entirely new vacation experience, a 2-night immersive adventure where you choose your own path with an epic Star Wars story. I forgot that part. It's like a choose your own adventure story. And the hotel and your experience changes depending on what you choose, which that's interesting to me. I got to say, that's really interesting. It kind of reminds me, those of you who are old enough, which obviously is none of us, there was a show called Fantasy Island, and everything changed as people made decisions on Fantasy Island. Kind of reminds me of that. I don't know. Okay. $6,000 though. It's only 2 nights. It does include food. I just want to give you a little perspective. I've done a lot of cruises, whatever. Let me tell you why. There are many cruises. Sorry, guys. that we have taken for 500, 600, 650, 650 bucks a person. That is a week of hotel stay because you're on the cruise for 7 nights. This is for a 7-night cruise, and every single meal is included. It's 24/7 food. So you're telling me you can stay at a hotel for a week and eat the entire time for 650 bucks, and it takes you places. That's what we do. It's so cheap, and it has childcare. So we just rent cars. We don't do any of the other things. We don't pay for extra stuff. We just pay like 25 bucks for a car in the port, call it a day. I'm not kidding. That is my what the what. That's how you make it work. Okay. Anyway. All right, Anna, I'm ready for more. I don't know if the video is coming. No, I'm still reading. I should figure out how to do choose your own adventure game on the show. That would be cool, Anna. Okay. There were already some confusion points for potential guests when the hotel was first announced in August 2021. The ship design was confusing because it's not very Star Wars like. The indoor aspect wasn't exactly appealing. Who wants to be stuck indoors after the past 2 years? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let me ask you all this, everybody who's listening. Jan, Compart, Stacy, Sarah, Peter, Nathan, Anna. That is interesting. Do you think that the pandemic has anything to do with why this hotel is and Eric is still here. Good. I was going to say your name, Eric, and I wasn't sure. Is the pandemic going to take down this hotel? Is that why? A for yes, B for no. That the pandemic has a direct result on why this hotel is going to fail. A for yes, B for no. If you think that's part of the reason why this isn't going to make it. The price tag is ridiculous. Okay. $5,000 for a minimum 2-night stay for 2 people. Geez, I was off. $5,000 for 2 people for 2 nights. And while true fans would fork over the cash to have an incredible Star Wars experience, this hotel, based on early looks, doesn't hit the mark. So I know it's not just about the pandemic, but I wonder pre-pandemic if people would have done this. I didn't think about people being inside for the last 2 years. Whoa. Oh, okay. Somebody tweeted, I realize now Disney didn't make the Galactic Star Cruiser for Star Wars lovers. They made it for rich people who think Star Wars is neat. Nathan's disagreeing. He says, no, this is false. It's just building up hype. Okay, that's interesting. Do we think that is what happens a lot of the times, you guys? Like, could you see this just being a PR campaign by Disney? You think now this would be brilliant. This would be brilliant. Disney does all this PR stuff, right? And we're like, oh, da, da, da. And then they slash the prices because they're like, oh, we'd listen to you. And that's what they were going to do all along. And now it's only $3,000 for 2 people. And you're like, $3,000? We're getting a deal. All of that seems to have caught up with the hotel, and now it might not happen at all. That seems a little dramatic. This is like cancel culture on whatever. According to SF Gate, first looks at the hotel were met with criticism, and it didn't get better when earlier this week Disney shared its welcome video for guests who have already booked a stay at the hotel. Wait a second. This is on allears.net. Now that is a great Disney site, allears.net. A welcome message from Indaro Zen, something, whatever, has been sent out to guests for their upcoming stay for the Star Wars Hotel. Can we play it, Anna? Are we going to see if we can play it and hear it? We're going to see. You guys, let's see if this works. This is exciting. What the what? We're seeing. You guys, those of you who are listening, you can't hear anything. And I can't hear anything. I don't think it's working. Dang it. Well, that's okay because Eric wants to oh, well, wait. Can you guys hear it? Okay. People can't hear it, Anna. Thank you, Peter and Nathan. Eric wants to say that going backwards a little bit, he's tired of the Will and Jada story. I am too. I said my piece the other day about the Will and Jada thing. Also, Will has a new Disney National Geographic animal documentary that looks fantastic. Okay, well, sorry everybody. And let's see. Okay, so we'll see. Haha, welcome, Jan, Stacy. I don't know if everybody's still here. All right, I'm gonna go back to finishing this. But hey, we tried. We'll keep working on the video thing. The video is incredibly cheesy. It gives off a serious Power Ranger vibe, void of the complex characters we know from the Star Wars universe. People took to social media to share their disappointment, and they did not hold back on how they really feel. Here's a tweet from Alicia Stella. A big thank you to Disney for doing everything they can to make me not feel like I'm missing out on not being able to afford the Star Wars hotel. I'm grateful for your efforts. Chris Deere said, it's certainly not what I was expecting, and I'm now genuinely happy I can't afford. It looks like someone's taken elements from Fifth Element, which I love Fifth Element. Love that movie. Jeez, I love that movie. Okay. Star Trek and even Avatar, and completely forgotten about Star Wars. There's going to be some very unhappy customers out there come May. That's interesting though. Like, are they being tone deaf and they're just doing like sci-fi? You know what I mean? They're not specifically being Star Warsy enough. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning. Haha. Hello. Quote, this looks like kids TikTok fan fiction shot on a cell phone, not an actual element to a rather expensive vacation trip abroad, a starship, one person wrote. Bizarre. This is real. If I bought this package trip and saw this video, I'd feel like I just wasted a couple of grand. So back to the article, the backlash was so swift and heavy that the company reportedly removed the promo video from its social media. Now the hotel might not happen. The company hasn't addressed the negative attention the promos have received yet, but the seemingly lack of care to the details plus the ridiculous price tag means legitimate franchise fans may be less likely to spend the cash, which might have the company rethinking plans. But here's my question. They've already built it, right? Isn't this thing built? So they're just going to, but listen, okay. So Disney's going to make it into a restaurant, probably. Probably. I bet that's what they do. What are they going to do with this complex? If it doesn't, like if it doesn't actually pan out, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. Wow. Is there more cancellations pour in for Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser? So people can cancel, they're getting their money back? I don't know, Nathan. I don't think this is a PR campaign. Peter says some people definitely lost their job making that video. Yeah, you know what it's like? I don't know the last time you guys have been to Disney, but there's always like a pre-show. There's a pre-video show before you get on a ride. And it looks like one of their pre-show things. You know what I mean? Like the free thing that you're just standing there watching. They're keeping you occupied before you go on the ride. That's what that looked like. Wow. I don't know, you guys. Okay, so we'll see. Sounds like it's not going to happen. But what will your guests be? Everyone who's here, Michael, Jan, Stacy, Daniel, Haha, Peter, Eric, Nathan, Anna, what do you guess that they will do with this quote unquote Star Cruiser hotel? Do you think that it'll fail? It's not going to happen? Yep, it's gone. Disney can't afford that, especially with losing. And think about that with the pandemic. Not only do people not want to go inside, but Disney can't afford to lose money. They shut down. Disney does not shut down. You know what I mean? Like at all for hurricanes. I was actually at Disney when the pandemic hit, when they shut down Disney World. So what will they do? Will they shut down the hotel? It's not going to happen. Will they make it into a restaurant? Will they make it into a ride? What do you think? I'd love to know your thoughts. Upset people are more engaged. Let's see. I think this leaked to get people upset. COVID is causing lots of disruption. That's what Nathan's saying. Could be true. Could be true. Hello, Michael. And Michael's out in Florida. So is Avon Park in Florida? Is that close? like to Disney World. Michael says Christmas is coming early for me. I'm leaving for Avon Park tomorrow. I don't know where that is. You're gonna have to tell me what that is, Michael. And congratulations. Merry Christmas to you. Hello, Rachel. Hi. And hi to Fitz and Quinn if they're there. Nathan says Disney has a few billion, they'll make it. You say that. You say that. But there's big companies that get taken down all the time for stuff that you thought, oh, this will be here forever. And yes, they do have billions of dollars, but they also have billions of employees. You know what I mean? They got to pay a lot of stuff. So I don't know. Let's see. What do I think? Anna, I haven't been looking at your chat at all. You might have answered my question 1,000 times. Do you think they're going to keep it as a hotel? How many options did I give? You can write any option you want. Sheila's here. Hi, Sheila. Good morning. Are they going to keep this Star Wars hotel? Are they going to shut the whole hotel down? Is it going to be a restaurant? Is it going to be a ride? All right, we have 4 choices. I didn't say all of them. Okay, let's see. Anna, oh my gosh. I feel so bad. Okay, she's been writing this whole time. Let me catch up and see. Okay, so Anna thinks that the video has a lot to do with it, that people are really upset because it doesn't look like Star Wars. And it doesn't. It looks like a sci-fi situation, but it doesn't look like Star Wars. I love Fifth Element, but this isn't a Fifth Element. They weren't selling me on Fifth Element. Star Trek, fine, whatever. I'm not a Trekkie, but it looks way more like Star Trek to me. So it doesn't look like Star Wars. So I get that. Like, why would you try to appeal to the fan base of Star Wars when it doesn't look like what they love? Okay, so Avon Park is west of Orlando. Michael, have a fantastic time. That is so I'm like so excited for you. That's great. Anna says they have cancellations pouring in since that video hit. Pouring in. People are so mad. They're so mad. Michael's going to go get the 411 for us. He's out listening in Daytona Beach. Michael, you got to do a little recon. I'm just kidding. But that's fascinating. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Quote, I made a reservation for July and canceled it after the trailer. So the promo video we just kind of saw. It didn't show me any reason to spend $6,000 for 2 nights. I'll wait for the reviews and hopefully a price drop before I consider booking again. I think they're going to redo the whole thing. I think they're not going to take the chance. I really don't. I think Disney's not like, great. What makes this a lot of money? This isn't going to be it. And I don't think they're going to do a ride. They don't get extra money for rides. I mean, I know they have the Genie thing right now, but that's not going to get them extra cash. Not what they were going to get from the 6,000. I think they're going to make a restaurant. Maybe like a high-end restaurant. That would be cool. Like a really, like they have, you know what I mean? That's what I think. That, or if they call Disney, if you're calling, that's my idea. Nathan says, Hotel George Lucas will be the bartender. That's what's going to happen. That's funny. I kind of like that. I don't know. So there you go. So that is the what news about the Disney Star Wars hotel that might not happen. Stay tuned. Whew. This is big news, everybody. We'll have to break it. See what happens. This is very first world. Like, this is ridiculous. Is a $6,000 a night hotel going to happen? Oh, it's not a night, but it's pretty close. Okay, you guys. So we are at the second hour. This show goes from 8 to 10 Eastern every day. Bye, Nathan. Have a great day at work. Thanks for tuning in. I'm on the East Coast right now. Michael is on the East Coast. Jan, let's see, Sheila, Eric, and Stacy and Rachel are all in Texas, and so is Nathan. And Anna's in Ohio. Hi, Sheila. Good morning, friend. Before this show, I don't know if you guys know, from 6 to 8 is Haley and Allison, 2 comedians, they're ladies, in England. They do this show live from England every day. It's in the afternoon over there now, but for here in the States, it's 6 to 8 a.m. Eastern, and then I'm on at 8 to 10 most days this week. Tomorrow I'm only on for an hour. After me is the Anthony Davis show at noon, from noon to 2. And then you've got 2 to 4, your pal Hal, all Eastern time. So all that's on Backchannel. If you want to chat with me, this is a new technology, you guys, where you can talk to real hosts in real time. So go to backchannel.tv to do that, to do the chat. If you have an Echo Show, you can just speak to your device. If you're on YouTube or Twitter, you can use the chat features there. So welcome to the second hour. This is What the What Wednesday, where we're discussing all the things that make us go, what? What the what? So let's dive right back into it. We added the space thing actually this morning because that was just fascinating. And we had talked about it on the air last week. Probably. It was probably last week. We'll just say that. So it was like, we got to do this follow-up story. You know what I mean? Because that's just crazy. And the promo is so bad. So let's discuss whoa news. Whoa. I just want to say whoa. Reminds me of the little emoji guy. You know, the emojis and the one that's like this. For those of that can see me, I'm doing the like wow face. Okay. Factory bosses to workers before the tornado. Now, I don't know if you guys heard about this, and we don't do a lot of heavy talk on this show. Eric says he thinks Disney's going to be just fine. Well, I'm sure they're glad to hear that. I'm sure Disney will be fine. But still, that does stink. Anyway, so I'm sure you all have heard about the horrific tornado that hit the Midwest this week. Was that this week? It was awful. So many lives lost. It was a massive, massive tornado. Lasted a long time, went over miles, like 100 miles. I don't know. So many people have died. And it was traumatizing, as if we're not all going through enough. Let's add this. And apparently, I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm not going to get into climate change and get into a big debate and all this kind of stuff. However, they are saying that the reason why we're seeing such destructive tornadoes and more of them than we ever have is because of climate change, because of decisions that we've made as a society. I don't know if that's true, but we are seeing some stuff that they don't normally see with hurricanes, with tornadoes, with all this stuff. And they have all the data to prove, hey, this stuff is happening at a rate and in a magnitude that is not supposed to happen. This is kind of a thing. So for those of you who have to deal with tornadoes, it's really scary. I don't know if you've lived through a tornado. Actually, I grew up in North Louisiana, and they have tornadoes there quite frequently. But I was actually in a F5 tornado. So they're scaled from F0 to all the way to an F5. My husband, Nathan, and I were in college at the time, and we were driving in Lubbock, Texas, which is in the west, like the west part of Texas, the Panhandle. It's very flat out there. They get huge tornadoes. That's why you see like in Oklahoma, and you see in like the prairies and stuff where they can really build. So Lubbock gets really, like, they get a lot of tornadoes, and Texas gets tornadoes. So we're driving and we see this tornado, and there's like hail and all the things. Come to find out later, it was an F5, and it actually tracked right next to us. I mean, we were babies. We were like 20 years old, and we were going on the highway. Literally, we didn't know what to do because it's just this massive tornado, which, like I said, come to find out later, it was an F5. And we dipped into the airport in Lubbock. They have an international airport because one time they had a plane go to Mexico. That's the story. I don't know if that's true. Lubbock is the home of Buddy Holly and Texas Tech University, which is where I went. For whatever reason, we get into this place, and then Nathan says, I think we can go back to the car. So we did. We go back to the car. That F5 was still out there. And then we were stuck under an overpass, which you're not supposed to do. They used to tell you to go to overpasses and hide, but actually that makes a wind tunnel, and it's really dangerous. But that's what we did. And we were getting like hit all over the place with hail, and it was horrifying. But that's not my worst tornado story. So my heart really goes out to people whenever you hear about tornadoes. It just is hard for me. So okay, so factory bosses, people working in factories, the bosses said to these people, as the tornado stuff, like they know that tornadoes are out there, quote, if you leave, you're more than likely to be fired. If you leave. This is before the tornado. Bye, Eric. Have a great day. Thanks for being here. Factory workers threatened with firing if they left before tornado. At least 8 people died in the Mayfield Consumer Products candle factory. Its destruction has become a symbol of the tornado's power. Wow. So people died because this is what they were told. And this is in Kentucky, everybody. A catastrophic tornado approached the city Friday. Employees of a candle factory which would later be destroyed, heard the warning sirens and wanted to leave the building. But at least 5 workers said supervisors warned the employees that if they left, they would be fired from their shifts early. For hours, as word of the coming storm spread, as many as 15 workers beseeched the managers to let them take shelter at their own homes, only to have their requests rebuffed. Good gracious. Sorry, everybody. Fearing for their safety, some left during their shifts regardless of the repercussions. At least 8 people died in the Mayfield Consumer Products factory, which makes scented candles. The facility was leveled, and all that is left is rubble. Photos and videos of its widespread mangled remains have become symbols of the enormous destructive power of Friday's tornado system. Governor Andy said on Monday that 74 people are confirmed dead in the state of Kentucky. Michaela Emery, 21, said in an interview from her hospital bed that workers first asked to leave shortly after tornado sirens sounded outside the factory at 5:30 p.m. Jeez, if you're watching, there's a picture of the facility of this candle factory before this tornado and then after. And I mean, it looks like matchsticks. You see a total complex with all the things, a parking lot with, I mean, even the tree, like the gardening and whatever, it's all gone. Wow. Employees congregated in bathrooms and inside hallways, but the real tornado wouldn't arrive for several more hours. After employees decided that the immediate danger had passed, several began asking to go home, the workers said. Quote, people have questioned if they could leave to go home, said Emery, who preferred to stay at work and make extra money. Overtime pay was available, but it wasn't clear whether those who stayed would be offered additional pay. Supervisors and team leaders told employees that leaving would probably jeopardize their jobs. Wow. Quote, if you leave, you're more than likely to be fired. Emery said she overheard managers telling 4 workers standing near her who wanted to leave. She said, I heard that with my own ears. About 15 people asked to go home during the night shift. Shortly after the first emergency alarm sounded outside the facility, another employee, Haley Condor, who's 29, said there were 3 to 4 hour windows between the first and second emergency alarms when the workers should have been allowed to go home. Whoa. This is whoa. That is insane. Geez, that's sad. That is really, really sad. Okay, company officials are denying these allegations, but there's more people who have come forward saying that they were saying things. Wow. So they were in the hallways and the bathrooms. They mistakenly thought the tornado was gone, and so everybody was put back to work. They should have been allowed to leave. Oh, you guys. Okay. Wow. That's ridiculous. Okay, that is some woe news. Michael is talking about his Christmas list. I actually wrote my Christmas list back in August. I was wanting an Xbox Series X. And so I thought, stores would be sold out of the Xbox Series X by Black Friday. Okay, so Michael, I need to ask you something. Have you gotten an Xbox Series X? If not, I know where to get it. We were able to get one. We had promised our daughter, my husband and I, and for her birthday, we wrapped up like a piece of paper saying, "Oh, you're getting, Xbox, whatever." And then we ordered it. It never came through. So it just now did come through. So let me know, Michael, if you got it. Wow, you guys, that is a really tough story to listen to, by the way, about the tornadoes. I mean, Florida, Texas, Ohio. I mean, you guys have all gone through tornadoes. I don't know how Florida does. Texas gets a lot. We really do. I don't know about Ohio, Anna. You're gonna have to let me know if Ohio gets any tornadoes. Or Peter. I don't know if Peter's still with us. You have to let me know. But that is like really sad. You do get tornadoes. Okay. So there's another story that's out there. Now, this one's a lot lighter. Oh, that's funny because it's about diet soda. So it's a lot lighter in a lot of reasons. Diet soda's light. I drink diet. I can't have the sugar from the other sodas, so I have to drink diet. But you guys, diet soda may no longer be. That might be something that is like no one says. It's getting canceled. Diet soda is getting canceled. It's disappearing off of the shelves. But let's hear why, because it's not what you think. And if you can make this one a little bit closer, this is always the font that's harder to read. It's like more sticky. As you make your way through the soda aisle, you may notice a lot less of the word diet. That's because some diet sodas are disappearing, or at least the packaging is gone. Instead, you will find those beverages under the branding Zero Sugar. Zero Sugar has replaced diet for many no-calorie soft drinks, Canada Dry. You've got ginger ales, 7-Up, A&W, Sunkist. Okay, made by Keurig Dr. Pepper. Now label their diet drinks Zero Sugar. One exemption is the namesake Dr. Pepper brand, which will still come in diet packaging in addition to different Zero Sugar versions. The reason for the overhaul, the word diet has fallen out of fashion, especially for millennials and Gen Zers. Younger people just don't like the word diet, says PepsiCo. We're going to pause. I got to know this. Everyone who's here, and good morning to Nathan. Good morning to Brandon. Okay, Michael's going to let us know about the Xbox Series to see if his mom got it for him. He'll see her tomorrow. Michael, you got to let us know. It doesn't have to be tomorrow, but please come back at some point and let us know what happens. I got to know about your trip, your Christmas, your gifts, all the things. So, wow. Anna's saying people are so mad whenever diets are talked about. I think that's ridiculous. I got to know what everybody's opinion is. Go to backchannel.tv, talk to your device, whatever you're going to do. Go to YouTube, talk to me there. I got to know. Do you find the word diet offensive? I don't. And here's the thing. I've shared this before on the air. I've lost 300 pounds. I was morbidly obese my entire life. My highest weight was 458. And I literally have lost 300 pounds. Like, I feel like I literally can talk about this with great confidence. And I do not find that offensive. Sheila does not find that offensive. She says, no, that's ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Anna, this is getting crazy, you guys. Dash, good morning. Hi. Anna says, Great British Back Off for the love. Great British Bake Off has received a ton of backlash because one of the judges, keeps saying, quote, wow, that was worth the calories. This is ridiculous. People are saying that's super triggering. I am sorry. And I hope I don't get canceled because I really love this job. But we have got to suck it up, Buttercup. Like, this is getting insane. That is absolutely okay to say. Worth the calories. That means what it means. That's an idiom. That means what it means. Meaning you have a choice every time you put something in your mouth. You choose it. No one's taking that choice away from you. No one. So now you choose whether or not you eat that or you don't. And it is about the calories. That's what food is. It's about the fat, the calories. There is a huge difference between a raw piece of broccoli, one raw piece of broccoli, and a huge slice of deep dish pizza from Chicago. You cannot sit there and tell me that those are the same things. They're not going to do the same stuff to your body. You're not going to process it the same. This is chemistry. Like, this isn't like just about taste and stuff. So you have to decide, do I want to have these calories in this pizza? I'm in Chicago. It's super buttery. Okay. I'm going to do that instead of having this raw piece of broccoli. You just made a choice. This is called being an adult. You have free will. That's what this is. Nathan says everyone is devoid of reality. Sheila says it's like they're trying to find things to be offended about. I'm with you, Sheila. This is ridiculous. Literally someone who has been morbidly obese since I was a child. First time I went to Weight Watchers, I was 8 years old. My parents took me. Don't come at me. I can absolutely speak on this subject with great passion. Apparently, this means a lot to me. This is ridiculous. I don't really care if they put diet soda or not diet soda. I don't care about that. I do not care about that. Call it whatever you want to call it. Zero calorie. I mean, that's more accurate, I guess. All right, fine. You want to change it because it's that's more accurate. You're being more forthcoming in your branding and in your product. Sure, I can get behind that. But to say this was worth the calories and that is a backlash thing, I cannot get behind that. Nathan says people deny the truth because it hurts, not because it is false. It's true. We have an accountability. No, we have an entitlement issue in this country. I say that all the time. And now I know why. Man, that was super triggering for me. Okay. Well, I don't know where Michael stands on this, or Rachel, or Anna. Anna is young. Nathan says we need an alien invasion to back on point rather than being upset by diet. Sheila says, preach it, Nathan. Well, we're all in the what are we? We're Gen X. Sheila, Nathan, I. At least I know that. Anna also thinks it's ridiculous. And Anna is a Gen Z. Anna is Gen Z. Good morning, Frank. Hello. Michael says, I don't care who we offend. Call it what it is. Stop sugarcoating. Thank you, Michael. Call it what it is. It's a 0-calorie drink. This is a high-calorie food. Don't sugarcoat it. And also don't lie to the people. A piece of cake made with pounds of butter and sugar and icing is not the same as a baby carrot. That is a high-calorie food. Duh. Where are the nutritionists out here? I want to see what they've got to be so frustrated. Anyway, so okay, diet soda really became diet soda. I don't know if you know this, really became a thing in the 1960s. In 2020, the US retail diet carbonated soft drink market hit $11.2 billion. I also think they're going to be just fine, everybody. The segment is still far smaller than the market for regular carbonated soft drinks. I would assume that, which is 28.2 billion. Now, to those of us who I'm guessing everyone here is not a billionaire, I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. That seems not that big of a difference between 11 and 28 billion. But I guess when you're counting in billions, that's probably a big deal. Anyway, diet soda sales make up about 19.5%. Are up 19.5% since 2018, compared to just 8.4 for regular soda in the same period, making it an attractive segment for soda makers seeking growth. Evolving attitudes toward dieting as a concept means soda makers have to de-emphasize diet branding as they steam ahead with zero sugar offerings, even when, as the case of those brands owned by Keurig Dr. Pepper, they're selling the same exact drink. The tactic could help soda makers bring more consumers, especially younger ones, into the fold. The industry needs those customers if it wants to grow the soda market. You've got to be kidding me. That's all I have to say. Wait, Anna, go back to that really fast. I'm not going to keep reading. I wanted to see what this says. If you are a young person and you don't drink something because it has the word diet on it or 0 calorie or whatever, that blows my mind. You drink something because you want to drink it. You know what I mean? Like, because you're like, wow, I really would like a soda. I really don't need 160 calories an hour. Maybe you're diabetic like me. I have diabetes because I was morbidly obese. So I was diagnosed when I was 20. I lived with it my whole adulthood. So yeah, I need diet soda. I can't drink soda. I can't drink the sugar. You know what I mean? Nathan says, I am now drinking milkshakes and I'm calling it thick water. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. What else can we rename? How about instead of orange juice, we call it like fruit nectar? No, that was stupid. That wasn't funny at all. Nathan is funnier than I am. Why am I even here? Michael is listening from his Palexa. I can't say that name, Michael, because it'll make everybody's go off, and chatting from your computer. Isn't that cool? This is so cool, Michael. I'm so excited you're here. That's really rad. And thank you for telling me. That's fantastic. What else can we rename? French fries, because I love those. It's not stopping me. I love them so much. Okay, well, there you go, everybody. So I got to talk a little bit about, we talk a lot about entertainment and things like that on this, because I want to talk about things that are fun in the world. We've got a lot of dark stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of why I focus on pop culture, entertainment, sports, things that are, interesting things, because we got to live every day, and I want it to be exciting for everybody. So one of the things that I do a lot is I go to a lot of theater, and because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to go. And now I'm in New York and I've gotten to go. I was at Aladdin this weekend, so it hasn't even been a week. I went to go see Aladdin. My husband and my daughter came in town to New York because I'm on this trip for 15 days, and they came in for a quick visit, 36 hours. That's it. We went to surprise our daughter with a show. She's little. She's not little, but she's little. So we got tickets to Aladdin. And I was like, oh, I'm being such a good parent. It's Aladdin. Who cares? If you can hear, I don't know if you guys can hear outside. There's people honking the horns. I'm in Manhattan. And so we're at Aladdin, and it blew like my face off. It was so fantastic. But here's what was really fantastic about this whole thing. Good morning, Rhonda. Hi. Hello. Do you hear that? Isn't that great? Oh, we're in New York. Okay. So there's a carpet, right? Because it's Aladdin, and Aladdin takes Jasmine on this carpet ride, and they sing a whole new world, a whole new world. I think I did that last time. I think I talked about this on Monday. Here's what we need to discuss. No one can actually figure out how they make the carpet ride like float in the air. Like, there's a lot of people who have come on and said things, but it's a mystery. It is not with wires. You're watching this thing levitate in the air. Two human beings are on it. Two grown human beings are on this thing like a hoverboard, and they levitate into the air, and it flies and it twists and it turns and it goes up and it comes down like a drone, like a hoverboard. And it's fascinating. How in the world do they do the technology for it? So some people really don't know how it works. Anna says that there's multiple YouTube channels that try to dive into these things. There's a lot of things that happen on Broadway, on stages. I have a friend who's a magician, a professional magician, and he tries to share some of the things that he does. But it's really fascinating to see how creative, and I think that's what's so great about this space, the arts and things like that, is that people are having to get really creative, which I think we saw in the pandemic, or seeing in the pandemic. Those of us who aren't quote unquote artists or creatives, we've had to figure out our life, you know what I mean, in a different way. We've had to like go around things or figure out stuff, or, oh, we used to do this, but we're going to do it this way. You know what I mean? So Anna has an article on this Aladdin carpet ride. And it's really interesting because people cannot figure out how are they doing it. I'm sure that they like, make them sign some type of agreement. But this is the tech behind Broadway's Aladdin. So I am putting this in the tech section. I like reading about technology and seeing what's out there. You know what I mean? Like things like that. So even though it's about Broadway, it's really not. We're really focusing on the technology, as in the what of this whole thing. Okay, Anna, let's see the hidden tech behind the Broadway version of Aladdin. No, go ahead. You're doing great. But here's how they do it. This is what they're going to say. Disney and magic go hand in hand. But observing some of the effects seen on stage throughout Disney's more than 20 years on Broadway, it's easy to forget that there's entire teams working in the background to create such an enchanting experience. And the Disney Broadway show Aladdin based on the 1992 animated film Magic is All Around. But it takes more than just 3 wishes to get the show off the ground. CNET spoke with 3 staff members on how the technology helps drive the story night after night. Are they really going to tell us? Okay, ready. Aladdin follows the tale of, well, we already know that. Let's see. Okay, the technology on the show is quite extensive. Smith says there are a few things operated from a wireless standpoint, but there are lots of moving pieces, both in the air, on the stage, and from beneath the stage. Smith demonstrated the quick lift, a cleverly designed piece of machinery that ensures the genie and his helpers appear out of the ground as if by magic, used during the song A Friend Like Me. The clear plexiglass belt driven lifts are used to push some of the performers up on the stage at a rate of 12 feet per second. Yeah, and that is really cool. They kind of like pop out. I thought they were on a trampoline. That's what I thought. I thought there was a little tiny trampoline down there and they were jumping on the trampoline, which just seems, maybe that's dangerous. I don't know. So, okay, Anna, let's get to the part. Okay. So there's lots of animation, automation. Somebody's operating hidden tracks and grooves from a control room tucked below the stage. There's hidden tracks and grooves that move the scenery along. It has 45 machines running on a network with about 30 connected by wires and 15 running on wireless networks. Stackle says the machines are connected to motor drives, which communicate to the main computer that coordinates where the pieces are to be placed on stage. If you're watching today, Michael, I don't know, I think you're on your Alexa, but there's another Michael. Hello, Michael. Good morning. You can kind of see the video on the side. Because the same sequence of events happens night after night, the positioning of the scenery is pre-programmed and simply requires an operator to push a single green button for everything to proceed. For all of it to work, cast members wear a tracker that emits what Travis calls a chirp or a pulse. The stage is divided into 14 zones. The 7 radars across the auditorium listen for various chirps. Once received, a computer processes the information before sending the sound from the actors' microphones to one of the 200 speakers. When members of the creative team got together to work on Aladdin, they agreed they wanted to break new ground in terms of technology used in musical theater. Of course, the very best magicians never reveal their tricks. Audience leave the show humming the catchy songs and asking the same questions. How did they get that magic carpet to fly? Okay, there you go, everybody. So we don't actually know, which I think that's great. I mean, in a world where now we know everything, we, you know, have so much information at the tips of our fingers. We feel entitled. Again, back to this entitlement thing. We feel entitled to know everything. We have to know who did what, when they did it. We need to see the post. When the news is happening, we demand to know what's happening immediately. And I feel so bad for everyone who's working a scene, or they're like, we don't know, guys. We're trying to figure this out. We're not sure what happened. You know, and like we're just like, no, we have to see it in real time. There's not a lot of magic anymore. There's not a lot of unknowns. And I think that actually hurts us as a society. I think us having so much knowledge and being privy to it seems like a freedom, but I don't think it is. Not that Aladdin's magic carpet ride is that big of a deal. Anna says they've all been sworn to secrecy about the exquisite piece of stagecraft, and as well as the show's 83 other illusions and special effects. If you're wanting special effects and illusions, go see Aladdin. I was blown away. I'm not kidding. It was magical. And to watch my daughter's face just light up watching all the things on stage, she was just like wide-eyed the whole time. I'm getting goosebumps. It was great. And that's what Disney does. And that's what Broadway and entertainment does. And I think we need to keep some things in the background. That's my opinion. I've said it. What? We don't know how Aladdin's carpet goes, but that is interesting. Okay, guys, let's play a game. There's a concept called the Mandela effect. All right, let's see. The Mandela effect refers to a situation in which a large mass of people believes an event occurred when it actually did not. Anna, this is an incredible run of show, my friend. I just want to say, like, wow, you are like, I am loving this. This is going to be great. Okay, so we're going to play a game. Anna is like this queen of games, and she is going to put it up. Michael says, we still have the magic of Christmas, and no one can take that away. I love that. Michael, I totally agree with you. I think there'll always be the magic of Christmas, especially with Hallmark. You know what I mean? They absolutely give that to us all the time. Okay. Anna says the Mandela effect got its name when Fiona Broome, a self-identified paranormal consultant, detailed how she remembered, I've heard this, how she remembered former South African president Nelson Mandela dying in the 1980s in prison. Although Mandela lived until 2013. I've heard this before. So a lot of people believe that Mandela died in prison. They'll tell you that like it's fact, and that's not true. Okay, so then that's why it's called the Mandela effect. All right, the Mandela effect refers to situations in which a large mass of people believes an event occurred when it did not. So it's not just one person. It's like the state of Florida believes, whatever. All right. Jiffy and Jif. So pick the correct one. Is it Jiffy or is it Jif? And we're looking at peanut butter. Is it Jiffy peanut butter or is it Jif peanut butter? I'm going to say I grew up calling it Jiffy peanut butter, but I buy it and I think it's Jif peanut butter. Okay, Sheila says Jif. Sheila says just Jif. I'm going to say just Jif. I believe it's Jif peanut butter. Okay, it is. Oh, geez. But I grew up calling it Jiffy. Sheila, did you grow up calling it Jiffy peanut butter? Michael? Anybody else? Interesting. Those look the same to me. Is it? Oh, double stuff Oreo. Double stuff Oreo. But the stuff on the left side is spelled STUF. The stuff on the right side says STUFF. So is it double stuff Oreo with one F? Is it double stuff Oreo with two Fs? To be honest, I would have said double stuffed with an ED. So I would have gotten that wrong regardless. I'm going to say with the 2F. I think double stuff is a 2F'er. That's what I think. I don't know. Anybody have a guess? 1F or 2F? You could just type or say F or double F. All right. Sheila says 2Fs. I say 2Fs. That means it's, I don't know. 1F. Double stuff Oreo with STUF. That is what the what? Michael says Jif, right? Because I've heard commercials called it that. Yeah, exactly, Michael. You're not wrong. Okay, we've got Looney Tunes from Warner Brothers. I'm trying to find the difference. Oh, I see. It's the way that it's spelled. Again, is it Looney Tunes? Is the word tunes spelled TOONS, as in like the way that you say cartoon? Or is it Looney Tunes? TUNES, as in music. Looney Tunes, TOONS, or Looney Tunes, TUNES. And we're talking about Bugs Bunny. Warner Brothers. Who else is Looney Tunes? God, I haven't heard Looney Tunes in 1,000 years. I'm going to go with Looney Tunes. I'm going to go with TUNES. Oh, Marvin the Martian. Thank you. Marvin the Martian. You've got Wile E. Coyote. You've got Porky Pig, right? This is all Looney Tunes. Elmer Fudd. Well, I say. What is that guy's name? Longhorn, whatever his name is. I used to love Looney Tunes. Wow, this is bringing it back. Yeah, the big rooster. Foghorn Longhorn or Longhorn Foghorn. Okay, anybody have a guess? Tunes, Toons, or Tunes? Warner Brothers, Looney Tunes. How is it spelled? I'm gonna go with Foghorn Leghorn. Is that his name? Okay. Sheila says Foghorn Leghorn. All right. Anna, which one is it? It is. It's Tunes. It's not tunes, as in like, you know what? Okay, Michael says I've always seen it as tunes, Toons. So that's what we all believe. We've all believed this. That is crazy. What the what? Foghorn Leghorn is absolutely my favorite. Why I say. Okay, now I'm looking at a picture of the Monopoly guy. You know, you all grew up with the classic Monopoly character, right? The guy with the top hat and the mustache, and he's in like a tuxedo or a suit. Now, does he have a monocle like the Planters guy? You know, the Peanuts guy. Does he have a monocle? Or does he not have a monocle? A monocle is the one eyeglass. It's like if you had glasses, you would just have the one glass and it's connected with a string. So the Monopoly guy, if you're watching, Sheila's watching, the one on the left has a monocle, the one on the right does not. So Michael, you're just gonna have to remember, Nathan, if you're here, you're just gonna have to remember. I guess Peter's gone. He's like, I'll see you in Ohio. Monocle or no monocle? I'm going to say no monocle because the guy with the monocle looks like the Planters guy. He looks like the Peanut guy. So, do they both have monocles? Sheila says the monocle. Okay, I'll go with no monocle. That way we just make it seem interesting, I guess. Okay, Anna, I'm ready. Monocle or no monocle? No monocle. Oh, that's really funny. I have a friend, Kelly Mantone, who actually dressed up as the Monopoly guy and she wore a monocle to be the Monopoly guy. And we all assumed that's who she was. She had a cane, she had a top hat and a monocle and a mustache. And she was at the Yale Club in New York. And that's really funny. But yeah, the article even said that people confuse it with the Planters peanut. Okay, so the Planters peanut has the monocle, which I know, but the Monopoly guy does not. So yeah, Planters peanut does have a monocle. Correct. All right, this is the last one, everybody. Let's see if we're getting ooh, Oscar Mayer. You know, my baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. How do I remember this? My baloney has a second name. It's Mayer. Okay, Mayer. And if you ask me well, I'll say da 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 da. Oscar Mayer has a way of Bologna. And if you ask me well, I'll say Bologna. Okay, I'm gonna go with Oscar Mayer. Is it spelled Mayer or Meyer? According to the way I just sang the jingle very poorly, it is Mayer. Is my guess. Sheila's guess is Mayer. Oscar Mayer. My baloney has a first name. Does anybody remember that jingle? Also, I used to eat bologna all the time. I did. That was one of the last meats I let go of. Anna. Bologna's so gross. It looks so gross. But man, there's something about a bologna sandwich, white bread, mayo. That was the 80s, man. That's what we ate. Sometimes with cheese, slice of cheese, wrap that up in some cellophane. You call that a day. All right. Sheila and I are with the May. Mayer. Fried bologna and cheese. Anna has had fried bologna and cheese. That's gross. I got it right because of the jingle. Look at that. It works. Those of you who have kids, this is why you teach them to sing stuff because they remember. That is hilarious. Mayer. And if you ask me, okay, I don't know the rest of it. Now I want to hear all these jingles. I did that the other night with some friends. We just played jingle after jingle after jingle, or actually theme songs. You know, like come and knock on my door. We've been waiting for you. Like that kind of stuff. Or moving on up. Okay. God, I wish I could sing. Can you tell that I really, really wish I could sing? Michael, I believed it to be Mayer. We all win. Everyone gets $1 billion from the Diet Coke industry. Not true. Not true at all. That's not happening. Also, we're not allowed to call it diet. That's why we're going to get canceled. Man, this is more like canceled Wednesday. It's like Star Wars is getting canceled. Diet soda is getting canceled. All of our childhood memories are getting canceled. I'm telling you, we called it Jiffy peanut butter. We did. We called it Jiffy peanut butter. I know it's Jif now because I buy it. We definitely called it Jiffy peanut butter. Although there is Skippy peanut butter. So I wonder if people did that. If they like conflate it, they're like Skippy, Jiffy. I don't know. I loved Peter Pan. Peter Pan's my favorite peanut butter. Okay, I want to know this. What is everybody's favorite peanut butter? I want to know everybody's favorite peanut butter. What flavor of peanut butter do you like? Like what company? And are you a crunchy or a creamy? I am Peter Pan peanut butter creamy. That's my fave. Sheila is Jif. I buy Jif. I don't know why I buy Jif. I feel like Jif is more roasted-y flavory, like a more roasted peanut situation. And I feel like Peter Pan has more sugar. And that could be true. I don't know. It's worth the calories. Huh? Anybody gonna stop me from saying that? Okay, I don't know what other kind of, and Anna says that, yeah, Anna, if we got to figure this out. Okay, Anna says she's creamy, and I can't think of the kind I get. I'm not a Skippy gal. I've tried Reese's. It's not the same. I think Peter Pan or Jif are the two best peanut butters out there. Does anybody remember when they came out with the natural peanut butter and the oil sits on top and like you have to stir it? I remember when my mom got into that, like it was like in the late 80s, early 90s, and she's like, this is so healthy. And I used to get that junk all the time. You do not take a spoon and dive into that. That is true. I know. And Michael's saying it's the cancel culture. People want to change things to benefit them. We really are living, I got to say this, Michael. I feel like we're really living in a time period where it's fascinating, where we don't really work as a cohesive unit anymore. Everybody's so concerned about themselves, their individual selves. We don't function and move as a team, as a society, as a culture. And we used to do that. I talk about this all the time. And especially like being in New York, I'm sure all of you remember 9/11. And if you don't remember it, I can't imagine that you haven't heard of it. That was a tragic day for our nation. That was a tragic day for the world. That was a scary day. It was horrific. It was so many things about that day. It's so sad. But 9/12, the next day, that was the best day to be an American. We united. Everybody was a New Yorker. Everybody was on those planes. Everybody was at the Pentagon. We all came together and we were like, you're not doing this on our watch. You're not doing this to our country. People were having flags out of their cars and like all sorts of stuff. It was beautiful to see. And then we lost that, Michael. We've lost it. And now we're in this cancel culture and people get offended. And I am all for we can do things a lot better than we've always done. Absolutely. But anyway, that is my thing on that. Let's close the show on something something kind of crazy. That got a little heavy. Sorry. Sheila says, I remember going to church and it was bursting at the seams. People were lined outside. People were just hugging each other and reaching out and crying to strangers in strangers' arms. It was really beautiful. Really was. I miss 9/12. I say that all the time. I miss 9/12 America. I do. But I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up. Yogi Boo Boo. Hello. Loving the name. Okay, so apparently we are going to discuss, Anna is writing me notes, Jorts the cat, which how interesting is this? Today is National Cat Herding Day. Michael was in junior high when 9/11 happened. Oh, okay. All right. So you are a Gen Zer, I'm guessing. I don't know how old you are, Michael. Hello, Ray. Hi. Welcome. So this is trending on Twitter right now. Right now, Jort the cat. Okay. It is trending on Twitter. So Anna, I don't know what Jort the cat is. I know today is National Cat Herders Day. What is going on? What about it? It's on Twitter. Anna's crying. She thinks it's hilarious. Oh, goodness. Okay. We have two workplace cats. Oh, okay. Two workplace cats. Thank you. Yes, a little bit closer. And one area of our work site. They add value to the work site. We all love the cats. And the work site cat presence is not the issue. One of the cats, Jean, is a tortoiseshell cat that we've had for years. The other cat, Jorts, is a large orange cat that's a recent addition. Jorts is just kind of a simple guy. For example, Jorts can't open a door when it's even ajar. He shoves it whether he's going in or out. So often he closes the door he is trying to go through. This means he is often trapped inside the place he was trying to exit and meows until he's rescued. My colleague Pam, not her real name, has been spending a lot of time trying to teach Jorts things. The doors thing is just the main example. It's a real issue because the cats are fed in a closet and Jorts keeps pushing the door closed. Jean can actually open all interior doors since they are a lever type knob. But she can't open the particular door if she is trapped inside the closet. Torty Jean is very nice to poor Orange Jorts, and she's kept busy letting him out of rooms he has trapped himself in. So this seems easy to resolve. I put down a doorstop. Pam then said I was depriving Jorts of the quote chance to learn, and she keeps removing the doorstop. She set up a series of special learning activities for Jorts and tried to put these tasks on a whiteboard of daily team tasks. I erased them. The person who's writing this. Pam thinks we should teach him how to clean himself better, how to get out minor barriers, like when he gets a cup stuck on his head. I love Jorts, but he is just dumb, and we can't change that. That is hilarious. What the what? Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the next part. This is funny. I love that people like this is funny, but it is kind of sad that we take to the internet to do this. Okay, he goes on to say, don't get me wrong. Watching her try to teach Jorts how to walk through a door is hilarious, but Jean got locked out of the closet twice last week. Yesterday, I installed a cat cutout thing in the door, and Pam started getting really huffy. I made a gentle joke about, quote, you can't expect Jean's tortoiseshell smarts from Orange Cat Jorts, which made Pam furious. She started crying and left the hallway, then sent an email to the group, including volunteers, and went home early. In her email, Pam said I was, quote, perpetuating ethnic stereotypes by saying orange cats are dumb and is demanding a racial sensitivity training before she will return. I don't think it's relevant, but just in case, Pam is a white person in a mostly minority staff, and no, she is not ginger, nor does she have red hair. Is this person enforcing an ethnic stereotype by joking that orange cats are dumb? First of all, I've never heard that orange cats are dumb. I've never heard that stereotype. And this is from an account called Am I the A-hole? So we're going to say jerk. Am I the jerk? Michael is 37, but doctors say I look younger. I like that answer. Michael. Doctors say I look younger. Oh my gosh, Jorts the cat has a Twitter. 69 people are following. No, 3,400 people are following Jorts the cat. Sheila says, is it really important if cats are smart or not? No. Why in the world is that? Oh my gosh. Jorts and Jean. You guys, this is actual on Twitter. That is crazy. So I'm guessing the guy is running this thing. I don't know. AITA is the way that you say the place where the article came from. Anyway, so Jorts is this cat, and I got to ask you guys, here's the question. Have you ever heard that Jorts, no, I just read that. Have you ever heard that orange cats are dumb? What the what? Sheila says, what the what Wednesday? I've never heard that orange cats are dumb. Michael says his grandpa's dog can say I love you. That's adorable. What kind of dog is this, Michael? What kind of dog is your grandpa's dog? My foot is falling asleep. What the what? Okay, let's see. Quote, I was trying to figure out what the Jorts saga reminded me of, and I realized it was a time when my brother Colin was in the 7th grade and his teacher forced him to formally apologize to a bird. Now, okay, I am going to say this, okay? I am now a new puppy owner. I got a pandemic puppy. I'm obsessed with this dog. I think he's the cutest thing on the planet. I talk about him all the time, and I was not an animal person ever. And now I'm like so into like dogs. It's so weird. And when I accidentally hit my dog, like if I like sit down or like I'm just like I talk with my hands a lot and like I'll be like poof and I just kind of like whatever. That's hilarious. Oh, that is so funny. Time of the year, there's a big hubbub about time of the year and it's Elon Musk and somebody put jorts on the cover, quote, "I don't need to be tutored, I don't need to be buttered, I just need to be loved for who I am." But every time I do hit my dog, I do say I'm really sorry. Sometimes we have long conversations about it and I really apologize. I feel so bad. Is that ridiculous? Your dog's an Alaskan Husky? That is my daughter's dream dog. Your grandpa's dog. That is my daughter's dream dog. That and I forgot what it's called. She loves Alaskan Huskies. And something else. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, so Anna thinks that Pam put butter on Jorts the cat to get him to learn how to clean himself. I would think peanut butter would work better, but that's kind of crazy. So I have to say, I do apologize. I would apologize. Now, do I think that this guy's doing anything wrong with Jorts and Jean the cats? No, I don't. But I definitely think that you can still be kind and you can apologize. So do you think, here's the question, guys, do you think this person needs to go through racial training in order to be more sensitive to Jorts the cat? Yes or no? A for yes, B for no, right yes, right no, right why, right in. Do you think this company needs to bring in racial training in order to accommodate for Jorts the cat? What's upsetting is that race, like, we have a race issue in this country. That's a real thing. And that's fine. If you want to do race training at the workplace, I get it. I get it. I absolutely support that and say 100%. But I think this doesn't, this is not the same thing. You can't, this is like oh geez, Princess Bride. Remember Princess Bride, the movie The Princess Bride, when the guy was like, inconceivable, and he keeps saying inconceivable, and Mandy Patinkin says, "I do not think that word means what you think that word means." You know what I mean? Sheila is saying, no, no, absolutely not. We do not need racial training. That doesn't even like bring in an animal expert, sure, but not for this woman to return to work. The people weren't allowed to leave for a tornado, but she's allowed to leave because this guy put in a cat thing? You got to be kidding. Michael says we have a lemon spotted Dalmatian. I don't even know that that's a thing. I'm going to have to look that up. Sheila says this does not qualify. We don't get to just make up stuff and put things under umbrellas, guys. That's not a thing. Really, the guy is being more accepting of Jorts. I think Anna's right. Anna says he's the one that's seeing Jorts for who he is. Pam is trying to be some type of cat that he's not. With that, I want to say this is your Wednesday. This is your What the What Wednesday. You have today, December 15th, 2021. It's the only time that's going to happen. So make it count. Go out there, do something fantastic. Live every day. I will be back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. You guys have been fantastic. The games were such a blast. Stick around, take a little break because at noon Eastern, you got the Anthony Davis show. And at 2 o'clock Eastern, you've got the Your Pal House show. Before me is Haley and Allison. So I'll see you here tomorrow. I'm only on for an hour, but you guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. Go live every day. Bye. Bye.